paths to financial success.
Selling bodily fluids.
Getting hit by a truck owned by a wealthy corporation.
But we all know the real money is in urban planning.
For all who dream of making their fortune by zoning low-density industrial, here's our review of Tycoon City, New York.
Have you ever thought, man, I hate the way New York is laid out. Why is there a Starbucks there, and there, and there, and hey, am I standing in one now? How did I get here? Who ordered this tall latte for me? What's milk? Well, if you have, you might want to see a doctor. You probably have Alzheimer's. But if you've ever dreamed of rebuilding New York from the ground up, and not in a terrorist sort of way, then we might just have the game for you. Maybe. Perhaps. In Tycoon City, New York for the PC, your task is to take the existing roads, streets, and even avenues of New York and build it up into a bustling metropolis worthy of the nickname Urine Town. While you're not in control of the framework of the Big Apple, it is up to you to drop in coffee shops, bookstores, and trendy clubs where Britney Spears just might drop off her baby for a drink or two. So if you're upset that Giuliani got rid of all the porn shops in Times Square, this is your chance to change all that. Not that we've found the command for porn shops yet, but believe me, no rest until we do. If you build an apartment complex, you'll need to plant some food places nearby to feed your residents, a club or two to entertain them, a coffee shop to wake them up, and maybe even a cell phone shop to allow one lucky citizen the opportunity to humiliate themselves. Yeah, work it, giant cell phone guy. At first, your buildings will have Frank Lloyd Wright rolling over in his spectacularly designed coffin, what with their boorish rectangular shapes. But with a few upgrades, you can make old Frankie proud by adding flashing neon signs, billboards, or perhaps even some shrubbery. Ah, shrubbery. Is there any architectural problem you can't fix? These upgrades add to the appeal of your building, making whatever business is inside more popular and ultimately more profitable. Although sometimes the enhancements don't make a lot of sense. Like, when's the last time a glow-stick-wielding raver refused to go to a club because there weren't enough pretty trees outside? An Arbor Day doesn't count. The graphics do a respectable job. When you zoom in, you can see people walking around and almost hear them wondering if Tony will whack Johnny Sack and take over as New York's boss.
I made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Some of the character physics could be done a little bit better, though. In this New York, the people have perfected some sort of technology that allows them to walk right through one another. That's gotta lead to some awkward moments. Bill, I couldn't help noticing as I passed through you. Looks like you got throat cancer. Sorry, pal. Tycoon City, New York also features a decent array of sound effects, from a blustery wind noise when you're viewing from high above, to the idle chatter of your customers when you zoom right in.
Buongiorno, and welcome to my kitchen.
The biggest problem of the game is the lack of any real challenge. Unlike SimCity, where you constantly have to worry about natural disasters or citizens angry about tax rates, ultimately, Tycoon City, New York leaves you feeling somewhat aimless and bored. It has some solid features and is actually a good learning tool for those who want to figure out the general layout of the city. But really, when's the last time you had fun playing with the Thomas Guide? We give Tycoon City, New York 3 out of 5.
You know, I would have liked the game better if it would have allowed me to gentrify the outer boroughs.
Oh, well, they have an expansion pack. It's coming out. It's called Tycoon City Williamsburg. You send hipster couples down the L train to carry culture into Brooklyn.
Ooh, can you open up vintage clothing stores?
Yeah, and the less your citizens bathe, the higher the land values go.
Ooh, I'm gonna have good land.
I know.
Oh, awesome.